Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. You are welcome in the program Debate Aya with your host Tariq Khan. Dear viewers, culturally diverse Central Asia is a region including five countries: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Tajikistan that became independent states after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. So, at the beginning, these states were not strong enough and had no clear vision for individual and regional development in terms of economy and politics. The elite groups and authoritarian political system has made less progress. However, the new political dynamic leadership is struggling to make economic progress. Moreover, the globalization and emerging powers, especially like China and Russia, has opened new ways of collaboration and economic development in the Central Asian states. So today we will talk about the presence of Russia and China in Central Asian states and options for Pakistan. So today we will discuss with Dr. Adam Saud from Bahria University, Islamabad. You are the well-known scholar on international relations in Central Asian region. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. Um, as today's topic is China and Russia's presence in Central Asia. So, as you know, sir, China and Russia has close borders with Central Asian states, and they have close historic and economic relationships also. So, how do you perceive China and Russia in Central Asian states? Is there any competition or enmity between two countries?
Thank you very much, Tariq, for inviting me to discuss about this very important topic. In fact, very important region that has been missed or forgotten by so many academicians as well as the policymakers. And I really appreciate that you have given importance to this region, and you have invited me to talk on to this very important and particular issue that is going on right now. Well, actually, so far, China and Russia both are concerned, and their presence in Central Asia is concerned. Again, we need to know about certain historical facts before we can analyze the current situation in Central Asia. We know that this region that had been called as Turkestan once upon a time, it had been part and parcel of both Russia as well as China, in one or the other form. And we know that even today, the Xinjiang region of China, it had been part and parcel of a very integral part of Turkestan. And we know that ethnic Turks who are Uyghurs, Muslims, they are also living over there in Xinjiang. So for Russia is concerned, obviously, if you look at the modern history of modern day Central Asia, it had been the colony of Russia for more than two centuries. It was Tsar Russians and then the Soviets which had controlled this region. And we know that so far Russia is concerned, it thinks Central Asia as its backyard because it had controlled it for a longer period of time. The problem with Central Asian region is that it is a landlocked region, and it had to depend upon its neighboring countries as well as regions for its international trade. And we know that if we look towards the south of the Central Asian region, we see that it is connected to sea or international markets through Iran and Afghanistan. Need not to explain situations of Afghanistan and Iran so far international trade and international political system is concerned. Therefore, the options left for Central Asian states are China and Russia. Now we know that although currently both the powers, the regional powers, they are onto more or less onto the same page. So for economic development, security paradigms, and political conditions are concerned, but still we know that there are sharp differences as well. We know that they have the common memberships like Shanghai Cooperation Organization, where we know that China and Russia, along with four Central Asian states, they have created this organization. And similarly, we have seen that some other efforts like the BRI project in China, that has not been objected or criticized by Russia. Similarly, Russia has also initiated certain initiatives like Commonwealth of Independent States right after the independence, then Collective Security Treaty Organization. But most recently, so far economic domain is concerned, they have created the Eurasian Economic Community that was reshaped or converted into a union back in 2015 when it was renamed as Eurasian Economic Union. But all the members of Central Asia are not the members of the states of Central Asia. They're not the members of the Eurasian Economic Union. Only Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan are the members of Eurasian Economic Union. But so far BRI project is concerned, it's bilateral in nature, and all the Central Asian states, they have struck deals with China. So far security is concerned, especially the war against terrorism and threats of extremism, separatism, and terrorism, obviously China and Russia are onto the same page, and they are, supporting and cooperating each other into this particular domain. But so far, economic situation is concerned, there are differences, not sharp differences, or the differences which can be termed as animosity, but still there are problems, there are differences, where we have seen that when the Chinese National Petroleum Company, it struck deals with Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan to ship hydrocarbons, gas from Turkmenistan and oil from Kazakhstan to China. We know that it broke down the monopoly of Russian Gazprom company that was exporting the hydrocarbons of Central Asian region to international markets. And we have seen that afterwards, there had been a sort of competition between China and Russia so far hydrocarbons are concerned. And so far Central Asian states are concerned, obviously, they're also very, keen to have relationship with both Russia and China. They don't want to be party to one of the regional powers, because they know that they are like a sandwich between the two regional and great powers. Therefore, it is very important for them to have kind of balanced relations between both the states. And at times, the Central Asian states, they also use Russia and China, even America, to balance each other's influence so far their internal and external policies are concerned. So overall, we can say that currently there is an environment of cooperation between China and Russia, but obviously the competition is also going on. So it would be, yeah.
So, sir, as you said that China and Russia are on the same page in Central Asian states. Do Central Asian states rely more on Russia or China? Who is winning in the Central Asian perspectives?
Now, again, there's a difference. There's a difference. Difference in the sense that so far security is concerned, we have seen that the Central Asian states, they rely more on Russia. Again, there are certain reasons. For example, they had been colonies of Soviet Union, and the military equipment and training that they got, it was from Soviet Union. And we know that after the disintegration of Soviet Union, Russia has replaced Soviet Union as a geostrategic balancer within the ex-Soviet space. So therefore, overall, we have seen that there is cooperation between the Central Asian states as well as China in security domains, but we know that the Chinese foreign policy is a bit different from the Russian foreign policy. So the military cooperation between China and Central Asian states is especially in the non-lethal weapons and training of the personnel, kind of things. But so far, military equipments, the military arsenal is concerned, Central Asian states are still dependent on Russian Federation. And one example I can quote you is that Russia has military bases in Central Asia under the umbrella of CSTO. And more importantly, Russia's largest um, base in any other country is in Tajikistan. And they have struck a deal with Tajikistan where this basing right has been given to Russia till 2042. And if we look at the Tajik civil war that was fought between 1992 to 1997, Russian forces, and again under the umbrella of CIS, they had been deployed over there, and they were really guarding the Tajik Afghanistan border. Still, the Russian forces, 201 Motor Guard Division of Russian forces that is deployed over there to, safeguard Afghan and Tajik Afghan border. And again, so far Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan are concerned, they also have very good military relations with Russia than China. Yes, economically, as I explained, Central Asian states, they have more, um, relations, economic relations with the Central Asian states than Russia. And in case of Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, the both these states, their bilateral trade with any country, uh, you know, it's basically both these states, they have the maximum volume of their international trade is with China, and even they have surpassed Russia now. So it means that they are getting closer to China than Russian Federation. And so far, security, the war against terrorism or the threats emanating from Central Asia so far, extremism and terrorism are concerned. Yes, again, I would say that both China and Russia, they are very important for the Central Asian states because under the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the institution that needs to coordinate regarding the intelligence sharing against this terrorism and separatism is RATS, the Regional Anti-Terrorism Structure, that is based in Tashkent. Similarly, the CSTO's Rapid Deployment Force is also present in Central Asia. So overall, we can say that in these two domains, the Central Asian states, they are again close to both China and Russia.
Do you think that multilateral institutions like Shanghai Cooperation Organization and Central Asian Regional Economic Cooperation Program has brought any competition between China and Russia in Central Asian states?
Well, again, we need to understand the basic objectives of these organizations. So far, SCO is concerned, we know that its fundamental objective is to combat three evils: separatism, extremism, and terrorism. And again, all the five Central Asian states plus China and Russia, they are onto the same page. And they think that these three evils must be dealt accordingly. And, they say that the Central Asian states, they cannot afford these three evils to emerge or to get strength over there. Because again, they know about their geostrategic position, as well as they know that what are their strengths and weaknesses, and they don't want to become another Afghanistan. We have seen one episode in Tajikistan and a very little episode in Uzbekistan as well. But they successfully managed those crises, and henceforth we have seen that Russia and China, China's strategies to combat extremism, terrorism, and separatism are concerned. Now, so far economic integration is concerned, there had been not many efforts by China, by Russia, even by the Western world. America has also initiated Silk Road strategy, but we have seen that all these initiatives, they were unable to get success in Central Asian region. Now, there are different reasons. There are certain regions which are internal to the Central Asian region, and then there are certain external reasons. Our misconception about the Central Asian region is that we consider it as one unit. It's not one unit. there are 5 states, and all 5 states, they have different, requirements. They have different foreign policies. They have different internal demands. And secondly, after the emergence of these states, we have seen uh, two important issues, in fact, three important issues that had been at the helm of disintegration of this region. One was the water crisis. Uh, Again, upper riparian and lower riparian countries, the conflict still goes on, although the conflict has been pacified to a large extent, but it still persists over there. Secondly, the border clash, the border crisis. We know that the region was deliberately and artificially, it was created by Stalin back in 1920s and 30s. So it divided Fergana Valley as well. And the most important problems are being faced in Fergana Valley, where it was divided into 3 states: Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. Similarly, the third important problem is the ethnic division and the ethnic clashes that emerged in the region. And the fourth problem was that the Tajik civil war and terrorist elements who roamed within the Fergana Valley, and they crossed borders multiple times. Therefore, the relationship within the states of Central Asia, they were not that kind of cordial, which were necessary for regional integration. But Mirziyoyev, he is a kind of proactive, and he has taken out his country, from semi-isolationism towards proactivism now. And the if you look at the new foreign policy orientation of Uzbekistan, you will see that Central Asian region is at it's the central point now. So far, foreign policy of Uzbekistan is concerned, and we have seen that since 2017, situation is getting better, and efforts to integrate the region is also, are also increasing. Second important thing is that the Central Asian states, they lack resources, and they were unable to build their infrastructure, physical infrastructure and transportation networks, especially to connect different countries and different regions. They had old Soviet era physical and transportation infrastructure, but that with the passage of time, obviously, that decayed, and they needed huge investment to reconstruct and to construct new, infrastructure as well.
Saud initiative has changed the interest and power politics in the region, and Pakistan is also the member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization and Central Asian Regional Economic Cooperation Program. And Pakistan has good relations with Russia and China, as well as with Central Asian states. What is your opinion about the Pakistan?
The problem with this region is that the, the regimes and the governments in this particular region, including Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, they lack resources. They don't have money to, invest into the construction of infrastructure or construction of new transportation networks. Therefore, one thing is clear, that this project, it would definitely enhance the connectivity within the region and of this region to other regions of the world. Now, so far, if you want to connect Pakistan with Central Asia, then you need to understand one thing. The best option for Pakistan to reach Central Asia is Afghanistan. Your transportation cost would be double. It can be risky as well, and it would take lot many time and energy, because you have to reach China, and then from China you have to reach to other central. Yes, for so far Kazakhstan is concerned, or Kyrgyzstan is concerned, China is a feasible route through which you can have connectivity with these two states. But again, you don't have that kind of volume of trade with these two states, because Kazakhstan, although it is the second largest, the second populous country of Central Asian region, but again, we don't have so many avenues to connect with Kazakhstan except hydrocarbons of Kazakhstan. The shortest route is through Afghanistan. And same is case with Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan. So for me, until and unless stability in Afghanistan, it does not appear or it does not happen, you can't, again, you can't fully utilize the BRI and CPEC project to connect with the Central Asian states. Yes, you can connect partially, but not, fully. So one thing is important. China is also investing in Afghanistan, and there are so many important proposed projects, transportation network, be fulfilling in Afghanistan by Chinese investment. But one thing is important to know, that until and unless you don't have road and rail connectivity with any region or any country of the world, your trade cannot be uh, beneficial. Because if you ship your consignments through air, uh, you know it's costly, it's highly costly, and you won't be able to grab the markets for your products. So for me, it's a good initiative, and it can help you, but partially, not fully. So it's very important that we should all the Central Asian states, China, Russia, Pakistan, all the states, they should sit together and they should cooperate with each other, so that formula, our efforts to stabilize Afghanistan can be, uh, you know, um, can be enhanced. And then once Afghanistan is stable, then you would see that Pakistan and Central Asian states, they would definitely be increasing their, not only their economic relations, but their social, cultural, historical, and religious relations as well. And one more thing, that until and unless there is less people to people connectivity, until unless you don't have more and more public diplomacy and people to people connectivity, you know you can't enhance your relations with Central Asian states. So it's very important that the governments of Central Asian states and Pakistan, they should really be looking for people to people, can enhance people to people connectivity. That would definitely be, a beneficial thing for their relationship.
Viewers, you have listened the analysis and views on the topic, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe the channel. So we will be back in the next episode. Till then, take care so much. Thank you so much.